welcome or welcome back to the channel. I'm Yi-Cheng, your Mandarin teacher online. This is our LLT series episode 12. I will link all the previous episodes in the description box below. For today's content is going to be helpful when you are ordering food, ordering stuff, buying stuff, telling the seller that, so the sentence is, I want this. The Hindi version would be मुझे ये चाहिए. मुझे ये चाहिए. So in the Hindi version, I'm only learning this one. As I remember, my Hindi teacher told me that there will be two different word or verb similar to like the English want, this word. It's very similar in Mandarin is that these two verbs, one of them is more like I desire something, but it doesn't mean this is the one I'm getting or the one I'm buying. However, the other one is more like direct, which is this is the one I desire and the one I'm getting. But for me, I decided to just choose one, and which is the one that my teacher suggested me, which is chahiye. It's politely to say this is like the one I want, the one I'm getting. Okay. So is it very similar in your target language, like the situation of one verb, even though it says to want, but it's more like what you truly desire in your head versus one that is you want and you are really getting? Write down your sentence and then practice it. In Mandarin, we do have a very similar situation, which is 我要这个,我要这个. So the 谢谢 part, which is thank you, it's fine if you say it or you don't. I personally say it quite often actually when I'm ordering stuff. So 我要这个,谢谢. Be careful, even though it's the same character, but when you use the reduplication in this case to make it into a formal form, the 谢谢, the second one is actually turned into neutral tone. So you don't say 谢谢 fourth. You say 谢谢, make it into the neutral tone for the one at the back. And 我要这个, 我要这个. The 要 plus a noun, it's a direct way to say this is what I want. It's kind of like the one I want and the one I'm getting. So what is the one that it can mean that's the one I desire in my head, which is 我想要这个,我想要这个. So 想, this word already means something you are thinking you're in your head. So it's like the one I want and thinking in my head. So it's kind of like the one I desire. So if you want to use the second phrases, which is 想要, this one to order stuff, then make sure that you look very certain into the waiter or waitress eyes and make them clear that it's not just what you desire, it's also what you are getting. So if you just look at the menu and murmur it out using 想要, it can be misunderstood by some people that maybe you were just thinking out loud instead of really already ordering. For example, sometimes it will happen, people be like, oh, I want fried chicken, but I am getting salad. You know, it's kind of like that situation. Like if you use 想要 and you are just murmuring it out, it can be mistaken as like this is what you desire, but not really what you are getting. So, for example, you desire fried chicken, but you are getting, which is using 要, ordering salad. So, if you want to learn only the second one for ordering, make sure you look very certain about your orders and looking to the person who take your order instead of just murmuring it out. Okay. And also saying 谢谢 would be clear as well to make the person know that you are saying thank you to them, which will indicate that's your order as well. Because if you are just thinking out loud what you desire, why would you say 谢谢, right? Okay, so one more time, 我要这个. 我要这个 or 我要这个，谢谢 with thank you this phrase. And then 我想要这个，我想要这个 or with 谢谢. So 我想要这个，谢谢. Some people say that using 要 to plus the noun it's more implied, but I would say that is just because it's very direct and straightforward, clear that this is what I'm getting. And some people kind of interpret that as implied. But I would say I have come across to people even though they use 想要, which is the term people think it's more polite, but I heard people using them sounding very implied. That is because of their attitude when they are ordering. So I would say it's more like a personal attitude thing instead of like using 要 is more implied, using 想要 is more polite. I think that's personal attitude. Okay, so we have repeated the Mandarin part. Now let's try the Hindi part. Well, at least I will repeat and practice, which is मुझे ये चाहिए. And what about in your target language? Practice this one. So that would be it for episode 12 of our LLT series. Thank you for learning with me today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.